Women want men to be miserable. It's something I've come to understand after seeing all of the videos online where women are bashing men for playing video games and saying how much they despise watching a man play video games when he should be paying attention to them instead. Watch the end of the video to fully understand how this is going to affect the relationship between men and women going forward in a very negative way. And today's video comes from the Lone Wolf Narc Bully. His channel will be linked in the description so you can go check him out and support his content. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the first video.
But the whole gaming thing.
What's the problem? Jacqueline has this big problem too. Because
it's just lazy. It feels like unless you're getting paid, and there's a line, right? Like it's cool if you want to do it every so often, but to me, I'm like, go educate, like go do something productive.
But what is the problem? Like, you know, Jacqueline has a big problem with it too. Whenever she hears the PlayStation start up, like I gotta hear the huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
But if I were to just have TV on, you'd be on TikTok as it is, not paying attention. So why does it bother you?
Because it's not the distraction of me being on TikTok and us watching TV. It's what you could be doing with that time.
There it is, and that's what I knew it. I knew it. You women want to task us bad that you're so pissed that we're taking time from doing something. Wait a minute, you're enjoying things? You have time to do this video game?
Here's the thing.
Here's all the things you could be doing.
Here's the thing, you're enjoying it, but you could also be planning something nice for us. You know, like...
What is the difference between turning on a fucking Netflix show and playing a video game?
Yeah, no.
If you are, any moment you are sitting there watching a Netflix show aimlessly, if you have a fucking comment about a guy playing video games, fuck you.
I got a question. So, ladies, what's really the beef with men that play video games? Like, why is this such a big deal? Why do I come across so many videos with shorties destroying consoles, deleting files, complaining, nagging? Like, why that bother you so much? Like, the time spent. Okay, hear me out. Ready? Have you ever tried to play the game with him? No? Okay, try that in case you have not. If you have and he has not let you, my follow-up question, is he a Twitcher? Like a streamer? Like he makes money off of that? If his answer is yes, you know where I'm getting at. The answer is no. Now, my follow-up question to that. Have you spoken to him? To, not at, in regards to compromising. Hey, you're on the game 16 hours a day. Can I get like 3 of those? Right? Cool. Because I still don't understand why I literally be seeing shorties going wild on their men because they playing the game. I don't have a gamer. Like, my man is not a gamer. He's a fighter, martial arts type of thing, so, and a writer. So I compete with his phone because he's always writing. That's where I compete. So I do understand what the whole, like, your face is all in here and it's not here. Like, I get it. I've been there. It's not a video game. It's writing. I get it. But why do y'all go so hard? Why does it get so extreme? Why y'all break their shit? Why the damage? Why?
You know, I was watching a video from Soraya pretty recently, and she basically called it exactly what I've said it. She said that modern women today are behaving in an absolutely insane way. And I've talked about the fact that men and women think very differently. The way that we process the world around us is different. This is not to say that women cannot use reason. This is not to say that women cannot be reasonable, but it's difficult for them. It's more difficult for a woman to be reasonable than it is for a man because women process the world around them using feelings instead of facts. Men process the world around them using facts. Hence, our logic is based on facts. A woman's logic is based on feelings. And wherever the wind blows, her feelings will go. And this is one of the biggest differences between men and women. This is one of the reasons why women struggle so much when it comes to controlling one's emotions and making healthy and positive decisions. This is the reason why I say we're often dealing with people who are functionally insane at best. Because when you are prone to make decisions based solely around one's feelings, you end up making decisions that ultimately are delusional, based in delusion. This is why a woman can basically say things that, that basically don't make any sense. Like, oh, I want this. And it's like, bro, this doesn't exist. What you're asking for doesn't exist. Or they can make arguments that don't make any sense. Again, it won't matter because you're not arguing with her facts. You're arguing with her feelings that she is then presenting as facts, and she's choosing from the feelings that she likes the most. And sometimes a woman will just argue for the sake of arguing because she's bored. A lot of women are in very healthy relationships with very good men. And the reason why they will get into an argument with the man is because they just want the man to give them attention and show that he still cares about them. So by them getting him worked up and getting him pissed off, that makes them feel like he still cares, and it gives them a dopamine rush. Or else everything is boring. If they're in a relationship with the perfect guy who's very romantic, very kind, very accommodating, always there for her, she will basically cheat on him right away. And she will go out of her way to find ways to piss him off and be toxic in the relationship until he himself cracks. She is literally trying to see how far she can push things until this guy loses his shit. And most women are like this. Guys, I told you, when it comes to women in society, women plan their divorce before they plan their wedding. The average woman damn well knows that she never planned on sticking around. She damn well knows that she never planned on making that relationship last. Okay? She knew what she was doing. She knew that this is her plan B guy, and she's going to use this guy to build her life off him. That's why 50% of all women admit that they have a backup man. 50% of all married women admit that they have a backup man. A backup man. Once they are married, that they will leave their husbands for and monkey branch to. Not a guy that they're simply sleeping with on the side. They have a bunch of other guys like that. But a guy that they have already lined up to replace their husbands with. This is the reason why when I argue, and when I've said this plenty of times, she will never love you. She can love, things that you can do for her. She can like certain things about you. She can like things that you have, but she will never love you for who you are as a person. The only thing that that a woman may ever love unconditionally are pets and children, and even then, it's not always the case. It's the honest to goodness truth. Where did this level of knowledge and wisdom come from? It came from other men. I am repeating the lessons that were taught to me by other men. Guys, we had to, before we had the manosphere, we didn't have any of this. Some of you are like, Angry, why are you so wise? I'm so wise because I learned from other men. I learned from a lot of you. I was taught, I really was like hurting over not having children at one point. I don't want to actually be in any problems, and I'm seriously thinking about adopting. And of course, you guys are in the comments like, no, Angry. No, hombre. No bueno. No bueno. Okay? Esta niños no bueno. Es muy malo. And the crazy thing is that I wanted to adopt from Mexico, and some of you guys were like, no, I know people who adopted from that place, and the kids are freak. The kid they adopted was terrible, and I knew for a fact that a lot of the kids over there are problematic because I've been to like one of the orphanages, and those kids were just bad, just absolutely bad. And it's not everyone, but that's just the reality. A lot of men live quiet lives of desperation, but it doesn't change anything that we have to be mindful and aware of the world we live in, because there's always someone looking to take advantage of us. Okay? And the best way for us to survive is to learn from other men, learn from the experiences of other men, learn from the successes as well as the failures of other men. This is the key to surviving This is the key to thriving within society.
Why do women hate when men play the game? Probably because we ain't getting a good enough attention. That's really what it is. Because it's like, they can play the game for a while, like sun up to sun down, and you didn't just check up on me like for 2 seconds and went back on the game. Like, that's not enough. We need to be outside doing something. So this is probably why. As females, though, what we can do, though, is we can find something that we like to do and just be next to them, because they don't mind the company. It's just, you know, telling them to get off the game right then and there, and they in a match. That's not gonna work. So yeah, that's it though. Just, and for men, give your girls more attention. That's it. Then you could be on the game all day. Take her on a date first, and then you can be on the game. Okay? It's simple.
Well, I do know some men where it's just like you are paying attention on that game, talking to them people, arguing with them people, and you could be in my face. It is some men that need to give their woman more attention, but it's just like the game it just irritates me.
But men are stressed out. They come home, they want to play the game. It's freedom.
But why, as a grown man, do you want to come home and play with a controller?
You don't play video. You don't. You know what? I'm mad now. I'm upset. A man, this is like his only time of like having complete freedom and something to escape reality for 20 minutes, and you're trying to take it away from him.
You're not doing all that with that video game.
Yeah, you are. You get to enter
reality.
Yeah.
They got niggas making on the games, little avatars. Like, nigga, what you want to look like? Who the is this? Who the is this? No, the avatar. Who the is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not you. Yeah. What you got going on here?
I got a virtual girlfriend.
It's difficult for a lot of people to hear this, but it's necessary to hear it. The average woman wants the average man to be miserable. The average woman wants the average man that she's in a relationship with to be miserable. She does not want you to be happy. There was an episode of The Simpsons a while back, and basically Milhouse is in a relationship with this young lady, and Lisa comes along, and because, you know, he's had a crush on her for a long time. He meets a really nice girl. This girl is like baking cookies for him and everything, and Lisa basically breaks them up, and the girl is like, listen, I'm going to break up with you because you'll always love her and she'll always be there. And Milhouse finally says to Lisa, bro, what's wrong with you? You know, you don't want me, but you don't want me to be with anyone else. It's like you just want me to be miserable, right? And he figured it out. And then she basically kisses him, which was a total bullshit, because that's her plan B guy. She would rather be with Nelson, the bad boy. She still likes Nelson. Nelson still likes her, the bully, all right? That's the guy that she actually loves. Nelson is a Tyrone. That's the guy that she loves. That's the guy that she wants. And I guarantee you, she will continue to hook up with Nelson and cheat with Nelson over the course of her life. In fact, her children will probably be Nelson's. So she will marry Milhouse later on, but she will cheat on Milhouse with Nelson, and she will know this from the very beginning. She was having a relationship with Nelson while she's dating Milhouse. She's sleeping with Nelson while she's married to Milhouse, and she damn well knows that she's going to go and get pregnant by Nelson, let Nelson, have Nelson's babies, and then have Milhouse raise those kids because he's the beta male provider that she selected. And she doesn't feel bad about any of this because in her view, her mind, she's saying, well, he gets the benefit because he gets to be a father and he gets to be a husband. So he gets to provide for me and our children. But our children will get the best genes. So it's the best of both worlds, because why would I have children? Why would I take the genes of a person like Milhouse who will have no survival value in this world? But the reality is that someone like Nelson will not survive in this world. Women are still thinking prehistorically. Ooga booga, guy with club. This is the guy this is the guy that I want to marry. What's interesting is that guy with the club, he's only so big and tough until a bunch of guys come along that are able to fully use their brains and realize that, there's only one of him and there's multiple of them. They begin understanding motion and they wait for him to walk by with his club and they push a boulder over a cliff. And that's that. Guys, they basically use their heads. They outsmart him using the environment. Okay? It's the honest to goodness truth. You have to think about this very, very carefully. This is a guy with a club, but who came up with the concept of a spear? Who came? What you think guys like Nelson came up with the concept of designing weapons? Weapons were designed by intelligent men. All right? Weapons were not designed by the warriors who used the weapons typically. Weapons were designed, and I'm not saying it never happened, but weapons were designed by intelligent men who studied the environment and figure out how to manipulate materials to create devices that allowed them to conquer the environment. It's a sick society that we live in. It's a sick society. Women do not love us. The reality is they just love bringing chaos into our lives.
When you are able to provide for somebody like this, she automatically will reciprocate that softness and the energy that makes the dynamic work. Okay, bye.
When they say, like, make them feel safe, I don't know what that means. Shouldn't it be their job to find somebody that makes them feel safe? I'm kind of confused about that. How can you make somebody feel safe that's not going to feel safe around you? I mean, I'm sure that's what she means, but yeah, isn't it up to her to vet and find a man that she feels safe with? How can a man make you feel safe? Like, he's not going to know. He's not going to know. You know what I mean? He can do what people do, but that doesn't mean we don't know your traumas, or you have to find somebody that you feel safe with.
All that to get cheated on or get left. It's like reaching max level in a game, but your progress is unsaved. I was all of it. Didn't make her do anything for me. Too bad it took me years to see it was wrong to marry her and have kids with her. I don't agree with this one. Here in England, a single mother won't submit to any man because the government keep them on benefits. Unfortunately, it seems when the good men do this, they're taken for a wimp. I did that for 25 years, worked my ass off for my family, helped with kids and around house. She never had to work. Ex-wife reciprocated by cheating. That's the reward us loyal men get. Never again. If we are supposed to be equal, why should a man continue to carry the burden of being a provider? A lot of people will either agree or disagree based off of their experience. But I've seen good men, even good men in marriages, go above and beyond, and somehow their wives still end up cheating and destroying their family. We even have women today giving lessons to other women on how to leave the good guys. Being a good guy in this generation just has all downsides to it. There is absolutely no benefits to it whatsoever. The only thing you get in the end for being loyal and a good guy is more pain. Pain in every area. Marriages, child support, alimony. Those things aren't rewards. They're punishment because you had a good heart.
Where do you find older men who will pay for everything? You're 22. Happy hours next to office buildings. So go find a restaurant bar or a bar next to a nice office building with nice cars. Most of the time, the men are going to be coming after work or during lunch, sit at the bar. Then you'll most likely meet professional men that have money, okay? You can go to golf courses. You can go to tennis clubs, gyms in the rich area of town, shop and do all your errands on the rich area of town. You're most likely going to run into rich people, okay? So take yourself onto the other side of the town where men with money reside.
Women with this kind of mentality offer nothing nor bring any value into a man's life. Their job is solely going rich man hunting to find a guy who can take care of their problems and their needs. They are more concerned with what they can get out of a man, whether it's financial security, social status, or material possessions, hide in these women.
Lie. I feel like my main purpose in life is to just have like a soft girl aesthetic. Like I just want to make videos and be quirky and cute and dainty and frolic through my apartment and make TikToks for you guys. I don't want to do shit else. Like this shit's really ghetto. Like this shit's throwing me off. This is not the good ghetto. Like this is the corny fucking ghetto. And I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Like something gotta give, and it's not work.
Some of these women really need a wake-up call and realize they're living in a fantasy. Being an adult means accepting responsibilities, not expecting everything to be.
They don't have any dues to pay those bills anymore. They're losing their minds and they have to work these jobs, man.
Handed to you. When they say they don't want to work, it's like watching a child throw a tantrum because they want candy. Life doesn't come with a free pass, and adulting is about stepping up, facing challenges, and contributing to your own well-being. It's unrealistic to expect someone else to handle all your needs while you just sit back. Refusing to take on work or responsibilities is not a sign of empowerment. It's immaturity.
I'm here to say one more thing.
Oh, goody.
I just had to drag my AC out of my car to my apartment building. 3 guys passed me. None of them offered to help.
Why should they? Women are strong and independent. They can do everything on their own.
No.
Look how Cassidy, I guess they're supposed to be like, can we get that for you, boss? You need anything else? Would you like a beverage of your choice? Get up out of here, lady. What's going on with y'all?
None. 0 out of 3. Why? Because you couldn't lift it? You were too scared to lift it? Is that why?
Gaslighting a dude on helping her? Wow. Sound like it. You got it, sis.
No, that's not what it is at all. But let's take a moment to think about how many women, thousands upon thousands of women, are saying every single day that, in fact, they don't need men. They don't need them at all. In fact, they're saying sometimes that the world would be better off without men. But apparently, some women still need men for grunt work. I should think that they would be grateful that men are finally listening to their wishes, ideas, and their feelings. But apparently not when it comes to lifting heavy objects.
Yeah. I don't think those men were intimidated or worried about you being more masculine than them. They're simply not obligated to help.
Imagine feeling so entitled that you're moving some of your own stuff that you decided to do randomly, and you see, and you're looking for men to help you, and because no one does, you're just sitting there cussing to yourself while you're doing it yourself. And then as soon as you're done, go throw on some makeup, mess with your hair a little bit, and jump in your vehicle and make a TikTok video. It's crazy.
Maybe if women were more appreciative of men's kindness, this wouldn't be happening.
You see, it's pretty amazing. Women say they don't want us, they say they don't need us, but then as soon as something goes wrong, as soon as they need help, they begin to chastise us for not immediately coming to their rescue. You see, this is how, guys, you can't win with these individuals. We live in a society with people who absolutely hate us. They do not like us. They cannot stand us. They do not want us around, but at the same time, they don't want us to leave. Okay? We are treated worse than slaves. You think I'm joking? Back in those days, as long as you did your work, you were pretty much okay. I'm not saying that slaves didn't suffer, but I'm trying to point this out, that the people who owned slaves did not hate their slaves. Okay? Think about it logically. They may not have viewed them as equal to them, but these people were valuable to them. All right? And they comprehended that. And if they had a good individual who worked hard for them, very often they would be rewarded, or at least acknowledged. I'm not saying it always happened, but I'm pointing this out. Okay? Slavery was not about hate. And I hate to, and it sounds crazy to say it. I'm not saying that there were not elements of it. I'm not saying that it did not occur, but it was never about hate. It was about utility. You have to understand that modern women and their empowerment and the way that they view men and treat men in society, it is entirely about hate. They hate to see us happy. They want to see us miserable. They want to make us suffer. That's what brings them joy. Seeing us in pain, seeing us break down, seeing us frustrated, seeing us hurt. Who does something like that? Who celebrates when another human being suffers? A person who hates them, a person who does not like them, a person who resents them. These people have no good meaning for us. They have no goodwill towards us. They do not like us, and they have never liked us.
And of course, it's not every woman. But how can a man distinguish the good ones from the bad ones? Furthermore, they won't help, because what if they're accused of being creepy? It's just not a risk they're willing to take. Keep being strong and independent, I guess.
Hi, I'm calling to quit. Can you tell me who I need to talk to? Yeah, I just want to quit it all. I want to quit everything. Yeah, I just don't want to do any of this anymore. So whoever I need to talk to just make it stop, please connect me.
Hey guys, so I'm Amy, I'm 33, I'm a support worker.
33?
I'm pretty new to this,
Someone's lying.
so I'm just finding my feet, but I don't want to work anymore. I'm done. I'm in the middle of a 36-hour shift.
Oh, she's European.
I don't want to do it anymore. So this is what I'm doing.
No offense, but you Europeans, some of y'all don't age the best. So a European 33 is like an American 43. In some cases, it's 53.
Anyone else, any other girls out there getting continually played and you're still surprised by it every time it happens, even though it happens every single time?
Oh, someone's getting pumped and dumped instead of keeping her legs closed and then whining on social media about it. Wow. This is something new here. We've never seen this before. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, let's let her continue.
The audacity of men never ceases to shock me. Every time I'm surprised, and I don't know why I'm surprised.
You're not surprised while they're banging your back out, right? She's not surprised during this hot bedroom fun, but then afterwards, she wonders why.
I should just expect it, but it's just shocks me every time. So this boy and I have been talking kind of on and off for like, a year now. And Snapchat, texting, whatever you want to call it, on and off. And the past 2 weeks, he's been snapping me pretty consistently, which I thought was a pretty good sign. It's not. And then last night, he messages me and says, when are you going to hook it up with, we'll call her Sarah. Sarah's my best friend. What? When are you going to hook it up? There's no, I can't anymore. I literally can't. I'm done. I quit.
Well, to be fair, women do the exact same thing. But I wonder if this woman actually thinks that the problem might be her, or her taste in the guys that she chooses. It is really...
I wonder how many pictures and videos she sent before he said that.
Just something that happens to both genders. It sucks, but it is what it is. At that point, it's just best to look the other way and find...
What else can I do? Like, do I even need money? Do I need money? Like, I don't want to go in this building. I don't need...
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. That one just ruined the mood. We do not entertain overweight women that are complaining online. That's just too much. It's too late for this.
Women don't realize that men are walking away in droves right now. They are pushing men out of society. They are pushing men out of the workforce. They are basically pushing men to the point where men do not want to interact with society or have relationships anymore. They just want to stay home and play video games in peace. And again, a big part of the issue is that women want men to basically dedicate all of their time worshiping them and focused on them. I said it countless times. Women do not like us. Okay? Most women do not like most men. And the reason for this is because of how they are conditioned, very much how they are raised. They are raised they're raised and told that, women are special and men are pathetic. Girls are good, boys are bad. masculinity is toxic, except when women are the ones utilizing it, except when women are the ones exuding it. We have a society filled with very masculine women, but when something goes wrong, they want men to step up and be masculine. They go from toxic masculinity to save me and rescue me from hell on earth. And it's like we live under this hypocrisy and gynocracy, and now it's just become normal. If you look at what's happening in the UK, a boy can now be reported by his teacher if she even suspects that he is susceptible to extreme misogyny, and she must report him not to the police but the Department of Terrorism for them to come and take him away. Now, do I think this is going to happen in every single case? No. But it's being put in place so that young men will live in fear, live in states of fear of the state and of women around them and people around them, knowing that being afraid that if they even behave in any such way that makes people think that they could be misogynistic, they can be taken off, they can be hauled off by the Department of Terrorism and never see their parents again and punished. What kind of psychotic thing is this? Thought policing, and the media is celebrating and saying, well, we have to do something. What else are we going to do? And what women don't realize is that these loss of freedoms that are happening, men losing their rights, men losing their dignity, if it happens to men, it can happen to women as well. And of course, women don't care about men, but they don't realize the things that they do will come right back to haunt them and bite them. They are not perfect. They are not untouchable. A lot of women think that they are untouchable. No one can touch them. Not, basically they'll only kneel to God. I'm telling you guys, a woman has no problem having a man kneel to her. In fact, they say that only date a man who worships you. Only date a man who kisses the ground that you walk on. Only date a man who treats you and views you as a goddess. Okay? They basically, the golden V, put her on a pedestal. Put her, worship her like she is a god. I've told you that the collapse of the golden V has been a long time coming. Just like the destruction of the golden calf, the golden V is going to see some very serious fire and brimstone. Because these people have erected to themselves to the positions of God. Even people like Ariana Grande. Oh, if God was a woman. These people are so desperate for power and control, yet they are so weak. They think that because they have some money in their pockets and because simps are financing them, they are now gods. They think money has turned them into gods. They think privilege has turned them into gods. They think simps have turned them into gods. Men have created the entire world around us. Men have transformed nothing into something. Guys, look at right now, I'm recording on my MacBook Pro M1. I love this device. And think about this very carefully. Of all the technology that's in this thing, and all of this technology came from the earth, and men had to basically create machines and all of these different techniques and processes to refine all of Earth's resources to create this device that can now broadcast information across the web, both visual and audio. Isn't that insane? And we're still building, we're still creating, we're still innovating. We hold down society. We hold everything up. We've created everything. Everything around us was created by men and maintained by men. And yet women still take it entirely for granted. Yet they are still proud. And they still pride themselves on disrespecting us and hating on us. And they don't understand the bigger you are, the harder it is when you fall. The golden V, the collapse of the golden V is coming. Look at this economy. Look at the hyperinflation around us. It's insane. Women are crying on Instagram, crying on TikTok, specifically on TikTok, even while they're pretending like they have everything together and everything is fine. They can't even afford food. They can't even afford rent. They cannot afford to live without someone subsidizing their living. This notion that a UBI is going to come along and save all of us is a joke. What, a little check for $1,000 a month? the so-called universal high income that Elon Musk likes to talk about as well, if it were to ever occur, would only occur after all the jobs would be wiped out by artificial intelligence. Let me tell you right now, AI is not wiping out plumbers. AI is not wiping out HVAC technicians. AI is not wiping out jobs where people have to do infrastructure work. AI is not wiping out carpenters, okay? Bricklayers, okay? It'll work alongside them. It's not getting rid of them. AI is not going to get rid of all of these jobs right away. So many jobs, most jobs today will not be replaced by AI. Instead, AI will simply help people to work faster and work in new ways, and it'll create new industries and new jobs. And a lot of people will ultimately be left behind, and a lot of jobs that were traditionally done by others will no longer exist. Okay? Just like when the computer came along in the 1970s and it displaced many jobs, and a lot of jobs that used to exist were now done by computers. What ended up happening? You had computers that, being used by people that replaced jobs that were traditionally done by people. Guys, just want to remind you to go and check out my new course. In today's challenging world, knowing how to thrive without spending a dime can make all the difference. That's why I created Buy Nothing and Thrive. This 12-lesson crash course teaches you how to secure cash, money, food, housing, healthcare, and more, all without spending a dime for any of it. Imagine having a trusted advisor showing you how to leverage available resources to stabilize your finances and grow your wealth. Join me and learn step-by-step strategies to maximize what's available to you and enhance your financial stability. Click the link in description to sign up now. You have to understand, guys, that women know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care. They know that they're taking advantage of men. They know that they are not being fair in relationships. They know that this is not the way that you treat another human being, but they feel so entitled because it's been rubbed into their brains that, men are basically just utilities. Men can be disposed of. A man's value simply comes from his ability to give her whatever she wants and constantly keep her entertained, that they can now live these ways. Women in other countries, they know what the consequences are when men abandon those countries, because a country without its men is not a country. A country without its men is a wasteland. In certain countries, when a woman is rejecting a man, she does it very gently, not so that she does not break his spirit, and he will not turn around and simply give up on relationships, because even though she does not want him, there is going to be another woman who does, and their country needs strong men, because without strong men, a country is not a country. A country becomes a wasteland.
The only time having a boyfriend is worth it
is when
he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it.
Yeah, you said it. But wouldn't it just be so much easier to admit that one is broke and can't actually handle being an adult and paying one's own bills?
He's not your husband. If you're going to be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose?
Well, I could think of several reasons, actually, but what do I know?
If he's not, he's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title.
Congratulations for figuring that part out.
If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing.
At least they understand the basics.
But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it.
Another example of a strong, independent woman who can stand on their own 2 feet. Not at all a gold digger.
But to date a guy and be someone's girlfriend for free?
Is it just me, or is some women completely lost when it comes to actually understanding what the concept of dating is?
Being someone's girlfriend is not worth it, okay? No. If you're gonna be a girlfriend, he needs to be paying a bill or two. These bills are due. I'm not usually anyone's girlfriend, but I'll make that exception for you if you're willing to pay some bills. If you're willing to pay a bill or two.
I can just imagine all the men running to that woman's profile to take advantage of that situation. Right.
I'm so happy we live together. I'm excited to pay our first bill. The rent's due, right? Who on earth is excited to pay bills? And what do you mean together? I mean, you live here, so you're not gonna pay it. Wait, what? So what would you do if I wasn't living here with you? What would you do? I would pay the rent and all the bills. Exactly. So why do you need me to pay the rent and the bills if you can do it by yourself? It was your idea. It was your idea to move in together, so you're not gonna help pay any bills. You know I'm in between jobs. You know I done put in 5 applications. And why'd you move in with me with no? So why you gonna kick me out? I thought you loved me. Love don't keep the lights on, but love keeps our relationship on. Is that not worth anything to you? It's worth something to me, but I'll have a job within the next 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months? What am I supposed to do till then? Do what you do if I wasn't here. Duh, you said it earlier. What?
You knew it was 50%, right?
Yeah.
Why did you think that's okay? Your what? Your parents?
My mom helped me.
So you're not independent. Why'd you apply and say you're independent?
Well, I just wanted to be closer. I just wanted to be closer to my work and.
Well, yes, we know that. You've said that.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with the question I said.
I don't know. I just wanted to live in a nice place.
That still absolutely does not even come close to answering the question I asked. Why did you say you were independent when your parents are paying for rent? I saw accounts transfer in $1,048. Is that them?
Most likely. I mean,
okay.
Nobody really.
So you're not independent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not.
But you think you are?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, most of the stuff like that comes like my bills and all that, like my phone bill, my like everything. I pay for that by myself.
I don't know. They transferred in 1/4 of your amount that you had brought in. 1/4, 25% ish.
Really?
It's a large amount. Well, yeah. Let's say you bring in $3,000. $1,000 comes in. Out of the $4,000, that would be 25%.
I guess I have like a problem. I guess I didn't really factor in like all the times I was like going and get food or something after work or grabbing like lunch with a friend on the weekend.
So your parents are subsidizing that. Do they know they're subsidizing that? Do they know they're subsidizing you in walking to the bar?
No, I mean sometimes I still end up driving like to the bars because it's like a pretty populated area.
Good. We spend 50% of our income to be able to walk to the bars, but yet we still drive.
It's just I don't
and if
know.
there's anything that's good to drive to, it's a bar where you drink.
Well, yeah, I mean I don't go crazy. I don't go like super crazy, but I like whenever I'm with friends, I'm usually the one driving. I live closer to town than they do, so it's just more convenient.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm that kind of friend. I just go pick people up, or I'll just I'll spot them. Or
how much did you spend going out to eat?
Man, probably like $300-400. I want to say. I don't know if that's right, but
you overshot that one. $225.63.
$225.
You know? Does your parents know they're subsidizing that?
No, they. As far as they.
What do you think?
They think it's just rent.
What do you think they would think if they knew that?
They probably wouldn't be helping me out as much, honestly.
And it's being kind of deceitful now that you're not telling them when they're giving a good chunk of money to you.
Yeah.
Is it not a form of lying?
Well, no. I mean, my parents are willing to help me.
Right, but they think they're helping, but really they're just buying fast food.
Well, I mean, they're also helping for like a portion.
I mean, there was
rent.
miscellaneous bullshit. That's just other stuff that doesn't matter. Other stuff that doesn't matter. That was $817. That's basically what they give you. I honestly think in this conversation, you should ring them up and tell them.
Really?
If you're actually here to take accountability for your life, absolutely. Because you're around. You're around. And guess what? She wants to pull out of her 401k to subsidize her
that wasn't my idea. My parents were like, maybe this will help you. I was a little on the fence, but I just kind of like followed their advice. I didn't really know I had that much in my 401k.
So instead of not spending $1,200 on bullshit combined, we're gonna with our retirement.
It sucks to say this, but most women are so irresponsible when it comes to money, when it comes to financial literacy. The average woman has zero financial literacy. The average woman believes that money simply grows on trees and that she can just go and get more because she's always had someone to bail her out of everything. She's had her mother, her father, society, the state, boyfriends, to bail her out, husbands. She's always been able to, get away, shift away from blame. I'm telling you guys, you have to be financially responsible. You have to develop financial literacy. One, you don't ever want to have issues with the IRS, for example. A lot of you idiots are like, I've had in the comments, oh, Angry, they'll put you on a payment plan if you ever owe them money. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine. No, do you fucking dipshit. If you owe the IRS money, they're gonna tax you. They're gonna put on a penalty. And they're going to do And they're going to charge you interest every single day. So within a few years of owing them money, within a year of owing them money, you owe them $5,000 with the interest and penalties and all that shit, and it goes up every single day. Bro, that money that will go. You'll go from owing these people $5,000 to $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 within a year or two. All right, and when hardships come, because guys, we're living in a terrible economy right now. And when real hardships come, you lose your job, your income, your income falls out, you don't know what to do. You will not know how to get back on your feet. Like right now, I'm basically like the what is it, like the grasshopper and the ants or some shit like that. The story where it was a lazy ass grasshopper, and I think like the ants were working all winter, and then the grasshopper was basically like, bro, I can't live. I was fucking around forever. You guys need to help me, or I'm gonna eat you. Like, that's a whole load of bullshit. And I may have butchered that story, and it may have been something else other than ants, but you guys know the story I'm talking about. All right, so right now I'm basically like the ants. Okay, all right. Although don't fuck around with me, because if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. And I'm basically preparing for the winter, because we have a nasty winter. All right, it's already here, but most people don't realize it. That's why, I talk about broke girl winter. Broke girl winter, they had hot girl summer. Broke girl winter is cold as hell. Broke girl winter is cold as hell, guys. The collapse of the golden V is nearly upon us. After the things that women have done, after the things that women have said, the hell on earth that they are now facing, that they do not realize or do not comprehend, is truly paramount. Women basically said, men, we do not like you. We do not want you. Step away from us. And men basically listened. Men did exactly what women asked for. But women don't comprehend the consequences that are now going to befall them. Treating men like shit, treating men poorly, thinking that you would always be able to use men and extract wealth and resources from men was a complete and utter joke. Women never truly perceived that truly hard times would come, and there would be a point where where the government would not subsidize them, their parents would not be there to help them, and their evil ways, those who do evil things, would not be able to guide, to allow them to easily extract wealth and resources from men. Because men are shutting up and walking away. A lot of men are now learning their lessons. They're realizing that the juice isn't worth the squeeze, and they don't even want it. A lot of these dudes are going MGTOW. They're going no contact. And most women don't know how to deal with this. Men are basically beginning to disappear from society. Men are basically beginning to say, we're going to stay home and play PS5. We're going to play, we're going to keep all of our money to ourselves. We're going to learn how to be alone once and for all. Because it's not worth it. The pain and suffering and the stress that we go through, just for some kitty, just because we're afraid of being alone, is ridiculous. That's why I said the next big thing to happen in the manosphere will be men learning how to be alone. Learning how to be alone with your thoughts. Learning how to be alone by yourself. Learning how to be alone and thrive. That's the next big thing. Because a lot of men are afraid of being alone. A lot of men are scared of being alone with their thoughts. But learning how to be alone makes you powerful. Guys, look how busy I am. I'm constantly busy. I have all of this work, right? But by understanding female nature, by understanding how women think and how women operate, it makes me much less likely to want to go and be in a relationship. All right, and when I say in a committed or a marriage, committed relationship or a marriage, does that mean that I'll never be in a relationship with a woman? No. Does that mean I'll never get married? Probably. There's no way in hell I'm getting married. Like, me personally, I'd like to get a nice Japanese girl, but marriage is off the table. We will not get married. We will not get married, and even and children, ha ha ha, good luck with that, sweetie. No. Nope. To be honest with you, if I was looking for a woman, like a Japanese woman, it would probably be a woman who basically says that she does not, she doesn't want kids, And there are some women out there who are like, yeah, I don't want kids, and that's perfect. That works for me. That works perfectly fine for me. She could be my partner. We can have fun. And when that fun is over, I go my way and she goes her own way. All right. And the crazy thing is she may say she doesn't want kids, but then later on she does. That's not my problem. That's 100% not my problem. That's the reason why you have to be very mindful as a man. You have to be very selective about who you get into a relationship with. You have to remember at all times, you are the prize. You are the prize, guys. We're heading towards the collapse of the golden V. The things that women have done have put them in a terrible position right now. A terrible position. All right? They have basically put the V on the pedestal. They have basically dipped it in gold. And all right, just like the golden calf. What happened with the golden calf? God destroyed it. The golden V is not going to have a great fate ahead of it. Modern women need to wake up, but they're not. They can't wake up because this thing, it's in their bodies, it's in their minds, it's in their brains. It's throughout. It's run itself throughout all of them. Their being, so they can never really let go of it or move beyond it, beyond this thought process. It's a sad reality, but a lot of women will never ever graduate from this way of thinking because it is now a part of them. The future for men being in relationships with women will be with foreign women or basically just being alone. And a lot of men will begin to enjoy their solitude and their peace, regardless of the hard times that come, because the average man can live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. A gaming PC is a one-time purchase. PS5 is a one-time purchase, and a lot of us who are using Steam right now are having the time of our lives. We're picking up games for pennies. When you use Steam, you basically see what games are really worth. They ain't worth shit. They ain't worth shit, all right? Oh, this game was $60. You know, I wanted Warhammer. Warhammer came out years ago. I wanted Warhammer. It was $60 still. I just waited until it was on a sale. I grabbed it for like $15. That's what it's worth. Okay? Steam is such a better investment. But at the end of the day, like I said, these things are one-time purchases for men. These games are one-time purchases for men. And if they start doing the whole subscription thing where everything game has to be on a subscription, men will go back to old games. Men will just basically start pirating their games, and they will just not buy new games. I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of money for Game Pass. That's really it. It's basically about the industry. And Microsoft, they're trying to do the whole Game Pass thing where everyone will have to have a subscription to play Game Pass and play these games, and then eventually they just jack up the prices and no one owns anything. Yeah, good luck with that, homie. Good luck with that, little bro, because it's not going to last forever. All right, a lot of people will basically say, "So I don't own anything." You've got to be fucking kidding me. I'll just go pick up PlayStation 5 or pick up PlayStation 2 and, mod it. And basically, so that I can use a wireless controller. Basically, there's like memory cards. You can just like plug something in a memory card, and there's a lot of tech for it now. And basically, you can use any PlayStation controller, and you can play like all your games from a memory card, using a special memory card. So you can just load all your games that way. A lot of people will do that. People will just walk away. Because if you take everything away from us, we'll just basically find other ways to entertain ourselves. And men will just create new spaces. As they infiltrate the manosphere, men will just create new spaces. That's it.
Oh, we could just not spend $1,200 on both.
Well,
or we could retire. Interesting.
Okay. I thought it was a good decision. I mean, they kind of gave me advice, but I took it. I went and made the phone call. I was like, okay, this money will help me pay off the debts that I have.
What, is this already done?
Yeah, the coming in the mail.
No.
I closed the account.
No! How much did you have saved up?
It was okay. Well, before they took all the fees and the taxes and stuff, it was like 10,000.
10,000 at 24. You were on your way. Dude, let's say you opened up a Moomoo account where I just buy different stocks and stuff like that. Let's just say that, right? Just for an example. How much were you setting aside on a monthly basis?
Setting aside?
Yeah, what was the percentage? How'd you get to that 10,000? Like, how much are you setting aside on a monthly basis?
I honestly don't know. Like, my job kind of set that up for me. They like invested in stuff for me.
Fine. Let's say let's just do 8% return annually.
Okay.
Let's just say you're setting aside $100 a month, even. Let's say $200 because I think you had to have been about $200 to catch up to about $10,000. Yeah, the initial amount of $10,000 you put in $200 over the next 36 years, so you could take it out at 60, tax and penalty, penalty free. If it's Roth, then it would also be tax free. That $10,000 plus the $200 a month and 8% return on average would have gotten you to $675,000. But instead, we're taking it out. Yeah. Instead, we're taking it out so we can continue to spend $1,200 a month on bull. So we can spend 50% of our net on rent so that we can walk to bars that we end up driving to anyway.
Here is my thought process behind that. That one that I closed was from like a former like job that I had
It
already
was
left.
$10,000 going to your retirement. That's
I know,
a
but
great
I have
start.
one right now with my current employer, so
How
I
much?
didn't think it was a big deal. It's like 3,000.
Yeah, you cut it by what?
But I have
80%?
time. I have time to.
No. That's the thing. That's the thing. You just gave up time. That achieved it because that 8% continued to compound. Because that 8% gets added onto that 10,000 turns into $800 that year. Then all of a sudden now we're at 10,800 and it compounds every time on top of that. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But you taking that out, you've gotten rid of time because every single year you exist, you're getting closer and closer to retirement. But you've taken that out. And now you've taken away the best asset you can have in your 20s, which is literally time to let your money grow. You've done that. So again, you could subsidize making terrible choices.
But
let's get into your finances because they need a little more context because I got to remember, we are doing a show here. It's not just conversation between us.
Okay.
Self-assess. Where do you think you are? Finances, 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best. Where are you on that scale?
I think I'm at like a 2.
Okay.
I left my wallet.
What?
I left my wallet at home, yeah. So either we gonna get back there and wash dishes or I can pay for it real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Pay for all this? You got 5 things.
It might be like $200. Nothing crazy.
$200? Oh no, I'm not paying that. You better call somebody to bring your wallet. I'm not paying that.
What are you talking about?
That's embarrassing. You want me to pay for your food?
I mean, it's our food, so just come on, just one time.
But you pay for everything. This is so weird having a one.
I pay for everything, so you can't look out for me one time.
I'm just a girl.
Oh.
Like, dang, I'm not going out with you no more. This is ridiculous. You gonna pay me when we get back?
I can't just handle this meal. Can you just pay for this meal without me paying you back? Please, babe, come on.
Sit right with me. I'm paying for all of this. Like, you didn't have to order this. But how is it a coincidence that you leave your wallet when you order 4 entrees, bro?
Because I thought I had it. I thought I had my wallet on me.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So are you gonna get my money back when we get home?
What? Come on.
It shouldn't be on a woman to pay no man's
Okay,
bill.
but I left my wallet. That's one time.
Bring some money. Now I gotta pay for all of this. And then the guy would love to buy my food, but now I have to buy the guy food.
One time. This one time. Paid for your food last night.
Yes.
We went to a
You pay for my
steakhouse.
food every night.
Exactly. What's the issue then?
That I'm not used to this. This is new and I don't like
Okay,
it. I don't
fuck
like
it.
to pay
Get
for
up.
stuff.
Fucking awesome. Good. Did we get this figured out?
No, I need my boyfriend to pay my bill, and what happened was my phone doesn't have Wi-Fi in there.
Let's take this outside.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My dad did 44 years in the NYPD.
Okay.
You can call him.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter. I had money in my account, and now
Talk to
I
him.
don't.
He's in charge here.
Okay, I had money in my account, and now I don't.
Okay.
This happens to me all the time. My car broke down. You're like, you can
Okay.
see it.
Well, you need to pay your bill.
I know I'm gonna make money if I have my phone to make money.
Well, you need to pay your bill now.
Okay, you have to take me to jail.
Okay. So you're not going to pay your bill?
No, I'm gonna pay my bill if I have my phone. I
Are
can't
you going to pay your
find
bill right now?
it. I'm gonna try.
Where's your phone?
In the bar. Probably in my bag, or sometimes it vanishes because God just does that shit to me.
I'm confused. How are you going to pay your bill with your phone?
I'm gonna ask people on Facebook to pay my bill. Morgan Wallen.
No. Yeah, we're
He does do that.
We're not going to sit here and do that.
Well, Perea, we can.
Wait out here for you. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Where's that?
In there.
All right. So
I had money in my account.
are we going to pay the bill today?
I want to.
Not with asking Morgan Wallen. To pay the bill here.
Okay. My dad.
Your dad means nothing to me. To be completely honest, he means nothing.
I know NYPD cops hate you guys too.
That's fine. It doesn't matter that he's NYPD or not. Your dad is not anywhere.
My mom can pay my bill. I went to her house to try to get it.
Okay, is your mom willing to come here and pay your bill right now?
Yes, if you call her.
Okay.
If you call her, she's not going to believe me. She thinks I'm a psycho. She's stealing my kids from me. We can trauma bond all day long, but we're not going to do that.
Okay. Is this your vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you a registered owner of the vehicle?
Yes, I am.
You don't have anything inside this vehicle to pay your bill.
No, I have $7.
Red flags you shouldn't ignore. A woman that wants you to pay all her bills while she keep her money. Now, when you go broke and lose everything, she gonna have everything. I'm just saying, true hurt.
Also, guys, check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse on Substack. Dive into exclusive podcasts, manosphere topics, and more. Plus, get access to our passive income blueprint, exclusive videos, and guides on building wealth and thriving. We also have a chat where you can reach me directly. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to subscribe now and get your free passive income blueprint when you do. Guys, I'm telling you, nothing lasts forever. Women chose the bear, and now they're going to regret choosing the bear because a lot of women are going to find themselves living in the woods and they're going to find out what it's like to deal with a bear. And when that bear is out there and about to fuck you up, they're going to think, I want a man to come and save me. Although, to be honest, these things happen so quickly, it's rough. They're like, oh, I would rather choose a bear because the bear will get it over with very quickly. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It really versus a man who may talk my head off, and I may end up with trauma for years of just encountering him. And there are simps like she chose. You guys are in your feelings. You're getting hurt about because they chose a bear. Women would rather choose a bear. Don't you see there how much they're hurting? Do you not see what men are doing in society? Okay, women do not feel safe, guys. Fuck these sims. Fuck these sims, guys. The simp is a sleazy, demonic individual. It is a fucking scumbag. The simp is a fucking scumbag. It is absolute scum of the fucking earth. It's scum of the fucking earth.
People always be like, what's your dream job? What's your dream job? To not have one.
Are there any girls out there that are literally working their current job because they have to, but in reality, all they really want to be is a mother and enjoy marriage?
I have come to the realization, it don't matter how close it is, it don't matter how easy it is, I don't want a job.
Hold the line. The only thing men have done is
That's what I'm
grant
talking
women the
about.
option to walk in our shoes.
Hold the line, homie. Salute to the fellas.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What else can I do? Like, do I even need money?
No, because you, America, for making me pay or for making me work for.
The reality is harsh indeed, but men have become immune to the tears and cries. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole
Yeah, y'all go
form
and
of support.
subscribe and
Thank
smash
you.
that like button.
Is
It's
anybody
our
with
sole
me just
form of
enjoying your
support.
15-minute break that you get? You get to work 5 days a week, get 2 days off for yourself, 3 weeks of vacation a year. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to work hard so that I can retire one day, but I don't really want to work my whole life away. I want to enjoy the days, maybe have like more than 2 days every weekend to myself, to spend with my family, to make dinner, maybe exercise, do some stuff.
No, that's not why you
Oh,
don't
no.
exercise.
Can't be the only one feeling this
How
way
dare
at the
you.
beginning of 2024. Like, just want a little more.
No, because you, America, for making me pay or for making me work 4 fucking jobs. 4 jobs! While I'm in college in rural fucking Tennessee and I can barely pay my own fucking rent and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 fucking jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester. It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. God.
A white woman in America. Oh my God.
Live in peace,
Look, our Cassidy.
America. And I will one day. Probably somewhere
I know this has got to be some satire because I know she did not just say that.
fucking else. Anyways, look how cute my nails are.
Seriously, lady, don't tell me you did all that crying because you was trying to show your nails. But nonetheless, everything is hard. It isn't fair for men as well. I'm pretty sure some of these men are working 3 or 4 jobs just to keep going. The reality is, the system is hard on everybody. But these guys are sucking it up. Everyone is exhausted.
People always be like, what's your dream job? What's your dream job? To not have one, like, ever. Like, actually, I just don't want to work at all. Sorry.
I don't want to be an adult anymore! I hate this job! I hate this job! I didn't even apply! The benefits suck, okay? The hours suck! How do I quit?
You need help. I want to be a kid again. Adulthood is the one hood I simply don't want to be a part of. I've only been an adult for a little bit.
Shouldn't want to be a part of any
but a
hood.
catastrophe after catastrophe. Pretty much every woman in her comment section were agreeing on how much they hate working at their jobs and how they wish they can be kids again.
You see, guys, most women don't know what it means to suffer. Most women don't know what it means to go through extraordinary hardships the way that a man does. Men have been grinding from the very day they are born. Men suffer and strive from the very day that they are born. And men go through so much. Really, where this is all heading is that women are going to find themselves in extraordinary states of poverty and destitution as more men walk away from Western society, relationships in Western society, and focus on themselves. You're going to have a lot of women who are going to be living in shelters, living on the streets, living in poverty, experiencing significant amounts of hardship. And they're going to be out there crying, saying that they want a man, but they're not going to find a man. They could, Chad and Tyrone will always be out there. Homeless Chad and Tyrone will always be out there. Okay? Little Pancho and Sancho will always be out there. Okay? I've seen it with my own two eyes. But guess what? They're not going to save them. They're not going to rescue them. And most men have learned their lesson. They're not picking up these brokies anymore. They're not going to be some woman's plan C guy or plan D guy. All right, especially in this climate where women will be accusing guys for everything and anything just so they can survive. All right, guys, a lot of men are going to basically just rule the world from the shadows because women have basically put it in. Guys, like the smartest thing you can do is basically act like you're broke, like you don't have it. Okay, drive a nice old luxury car, dress just well enough so that you don't draw the attention of police or anyone else, but not so well that women are going to want to approach you and speak to you. All right, the importance of looking poor, the importance of dressing poor. This is what a lot of wealthy people are talking about. This, you have to learn how to look poor. You do not want to draw attention to yourself. All right, and then basically take that money, invest that money, and use that money to live your best life that you're saving. Okay, because no one is coming to, as a man, no one is coming to save you. This is something that men know. We all know it too fucking well. No one is coming to save us. It's a sad reality for us, but it's a reality we all we go through.
But this is part of growing up. This is also the freedom that women wanted. A lot of them are talking about how they're quitting their jobs because it causes them stress, and it's just too hard for them to handle.
Anytime that you take your money off the table and you leave, I have money stacked up that I've been stacking while you've been spending yours.
Isn't that equivalent to what a prostitute offers?
Call me a prostitute. But no, that's the difference. I don't sell.
You are. He paying you, and you doing whatever he say. That's selling.
So you getting all these bags without giving up the pussy? She said she did it on the first night.
With the man. Okay.
He wasn't your man on the first night.
I hate when somebody asks me what my dream job is. Like, what do you mean my dream job? I don't have a dream job because I don't dream of working. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. What don't you understand?
Many women actually related to this post from this woman. No surprises there. Basically, most of them are in agreement that they shouldn't work because they're too pretty, apparently. They just want a life where everything is already provided for them. And what the man gets in return for providing all of this is just another bill.
See, I don't want to work.
Liability.
And I don't want to chase a bag. I want to develop a mindset and raise my consciousness to the highest ability of attracting money without doing shit.
Delusional.
I am so torn between I don't want to work anymore, but I don't want to rely on anyone either. So
it's called ego.
That's the pickle I'm in. I need to figure out how I can make money while I sleep. And I know some days and say, find what you love to do and do that. I don't even know. I don't even know what I like. I've been having and raising children for the past 20 years. It hasn't been about me.
Yeah,
but I need to figure it out because this work life is not for me.
I'm fixing to be a stripper and not care what I look like. Girl, me too. The struggle is real. Same here. I don't want to work, but I don't want to live in a box. Working is hard for everyone, not just women. The difference is that men typically don't go on TikTok to complain about it. They just suck it up and keep going. From what I've seen, some women want to avoid work because they feel they're too pretty to work, or because they long for a time when women didn't work. However, that time never really existed. Women have always worked in some capacity, whether inside or outside the home. Throughout history, women have contributed significantly to the workforce. The notion that women didn't work in the past is a myth.
I don't care how much I'm smiling, deep down I'm dying inside every time I have to go to work. Like every time I log onto that computer, a little piece of me dies. It's just not meant for me.
Kudos to all the people who work 40 plus hours a week, because I don't see how y'all do it. Like, my work week is 29, 30 hours, and I be about to die. I can't. I can't do it how y'all do it. For real. I mean, don't say bills, because I have bills too. I'll find somebody else to pay them, because I can't do the 40 hours. I'm sorry.
You ghosted a guy who offered to go on a walk for the first date. He was a pharmacist to the dust. Go on a walk where? On his property? On the land he owns? What? At his ranch? Not in somebody else's park. I'll be like, no, thank you. No, ma'am.
Not the sprinkle.
You walk to the bank.
The meaning of dating has shifted from getting to know someone to being purely transactional. You can't even go to the park anymore to get to know someone as a man. You're expected to take these women to 5-star restaurants and at the end get ghosted. The last thing a man should try to do is impress a woman that he is not in a serious relationship with. If you can impress her with a fancy date, someone else can impress her with a fancy dinner on a rooftop. A date is simply two strangers who are interested in each other, getting to know each other.
It is totally okay that you don't want children. It is totally okay that you do not want to depend on a man. It is totally okay that you do not want a family. But what you don't get to do is attack the nuclear family. What you don't get to do is demonize masculinity because you don't know how to be in a copacetic balance and harmony with it. See, all of us that want a family, we understand that societies thrive when there's two healthy parents that can create a healthy masculine and feminine balance in the home. If you are a true feminist, you would be teaching and influencing women to honor their femininity so that they don't feel like masculinity is an attack.
Exactly. This
like
is
the way
one
she
of the
talks.
reasons the West is failing in the family structure. No society can survive generationally with this mindset. Not one. Facts. Like no one gives a fuck about the lonely, depressed women who want to be independent. But don't force that feminism BS on people. It's a lie. I agree. I don't want a family for myself, but the destruction of the nuclear family has been toxic for society and people's mental health. I hear no lies. For the women that don't want kids or get married, fine. But don't attack the women that do. Keep your toxicity, femininity to yourself. They could be single in silence, but they need to tell us how much better it is. For the miserable, the misery must be shared. It is not enough that they succeed. Everyone else must fail. Feminists aren't happy to see women and men creating families and upholding morals and values. They need to tear you down because they want you to join them in their misery.
And you know, guys, that's such a very important point. That is an amazing point. We don't talk about that enough. Misery loves company. You know, when a man, for example, I've gone through a lot of shit in my life. I've suffered a lot in my life. So what do? I tell young men, don't make my same mistakes, all right? I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you don't do this. Don't do this, all right? And if you go out there, you think you have very big balls, and you do it anyway, then you're going to suffer the consequences, and don't come back and cry to old Uncle Angry, all right? Because if you do that, the next time you see me again, it's going to be senpai or sama. I had this one simp in the comments who was like, you know, it's not that I don't respect you, Angry, but I don't think that we should be calling anyone sama other than God. Here's the thing about this. Sama is just a sign of respect, all right, for people that you respect or people that have a status higher than your own. Now, I am a teacher and I am sharing my wisdom, all right? Doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone else. There's a guy in the comments who calls me little bro, and I absolutely love it. A Gen Xer who calls me little bro. He calls me brother from another mother. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. But let me make this clear. If you are out here and you're acting and you don't listen and you go out there and you act like a fucking idiot and you fuck up, I don't give a fuck if you're 61 or 71. I'll call you little bro. You are little bro. I'm the big bro. You're the little bro. All right? You're the little bro. I'll take it a step further. I was watching this video and this dude was like, if you're still out there simping, you're the little homie. All right? You're the little homie. All right? You're the little homie. You're the little bro. I'm just being honest. Just being so honest. Men have to wake the fuck up and stop this bullshit. Stop this bullshit. Because it's getting ridiculous. It's absolutely getting ridiculous what some dudes are doing out here.
They promote division and resentment, pushing an agenda that undermines the traditional family structure. Instead of supporting unity and love, they focus on negativity and discontent, spreading their toxic ideology. They can't stand the sight of happy, balanced relationships because it contradicts their narrative of oppression and victimhood.
They hate it.
Some women have actually gone away from that because they realized they were being lied to. That is just the reality of toxic feminism.
Ladies, never date down, okay? Do not date a man who you're more successful than him, you have more money than him, you're better off in life than him. Do not date him because you are going to be settling and he is going to get jealous of you and he's going to try to humble you by cheating on you, lying to you, disrespecting you. He's going to try to bring down your self-esteem. He's going to ruin your mental health. And when you walk away from that relationship, you're going to leave empty-handed. You're not going to have more money, a car, a house, nothing but heartache, mental illness, and you're going to need therapy. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Are there any girls out there that are literally working their current job because they have to, but in reality, all they really want to be is a mother and enjoy marriage and take care of their family and be at home? Like, I understand we got to work because we got to save some money because things are expensive out here. But it's like, if you could have it your way, 100% having kids and getting married and being at home with your kids and taking care of your husband is like the ultimate dream life for you. Like, the whole career thing is just a way to make money, but when it comes down to it, like, you would give it all up for those things because that is me. And I want to know if there's anyone else out there that feels the exact same way as me.
Actually, yes. There are plenty of women that are coming to their senses and realize that's the life they actually want. But they only want that kind of lifestyle after giving themselves up, roaming the streets and being with multiple dudes. What man would be proud to have a woman who didn't respect herself in the past and just settled because she was getting older? That man deserved the best as well, especially if he's improved on himself over the years and climbed his way up. It's only right.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but good dick is not a good enough reason to waste the last month of 2023 on a man who meets none of your standards. Let him go and do better, okay?
This is for the lady who stood up for us whenever, women were fighting for the right to work. Come here. Come here. Because, what? What are we fighting for? This is miserable. I hate it here.
Women will submit to a good man. And a good man is someone who genuinely feels good about providing for the family and actually feels really whole knowing that he can provide. But he also understands that providing goes far beyond finances. It's the emotional aspect, it's the physical labor, it's the emotional labor, it's everything intertwined in the relationship and within the family dynamic, like stepping up for the kids without being told or doing the laundry without being told. He's a true provider in all of the ways, not just financially. And before you come in my comments saying, oh my God, it's never good enough, it's never good enough, I can promise you no woman is meant to submit to some dusty, musty, crusty that has to be told to do his laundry. Point blank, period. Women will submit to a man that is a good man. She will be the type of woman for you that is excited about cleaning the house or cooking or having you come home and making your life easier. And this is the reciprocation part of the dynamic because she's reciprocating this same energy because you're a whole ass provider and a whole ass good ass man, that you are able to make her feel safe and comfortable in her feminine energy. So she wants to do those things for you. This is another reason that I always say that if a woman doesn't want to do wifey things for you, then she's not the woman for you and you haven't made her feel safe to want to submit to you.
Now, this is a single mom, and she's always, she gives good advice, and she gives, good analysis of how the way women think sometimes, but you can never be very careful taking advice from a woman, because a lot of times they don't understand themselves. All right. She does, she does not feel safe enough to submit to you. When you're dealing with a woman who has extreme masculine energy, right? Sometimes as a man, no matter what you do, it will never it will not bring her to a point of wanting to submit to you because she was never into you. This is, guys, a woman who was never into you is not going to submit to you. All she will do is continue to take advantage of you. Wake the hell up. Do not take advice from women. Do not, give a woman enough time and she will tell on herself. Do not listen to what a woman says. Look at what they do. Look at their actions. Look at their actions. Look how they operate. That's what you should be thinking about. That's what you should be focusing on. You should not be focusing on what she says, because a woman will always lie to you. She will consciously lie to you and then say that she's an honest person. Okay? Don't fall for it. As men, as you're not a little boy, you have to understand the way that they work, the way that they think, so that you can survive and thrive in spite of that. Because this entire society and this entire culture is about destroying you as a man. You live in a society with individuals, a society that hates you and wants to destroy you, even if it still needs you at the same time. That's just how twisted it is. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Do you agree? Women want men to be miserable? And also, shout out to the 1 hour gang. 1 hour gang, 1 hour gang, 1 hour gang. What do you think regarding everything we discussed in the comments? Let me know. We'll talk about it there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.